Hi guys, and welcome back to another week of, the Weekly Roundup, another week of Weekly Roundup right here on our Wyoming Life. Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And this is the most wholesome show that you'll find on YouTube, at least until Erin has something to say. Thanks everybody.
So rude.
Well, if anybody's going to drop any bombs, it's going to be you, first of all. If
So
the
rude.
podcast has taught us anything, it's that you have a way dirtier mouth than I do.
I cuss way more in real life than you do.
You do. So yeah, if you haven't listened to the podcast before and you like to hear women curse, that's one of the many podcasts that you can probably listen
I still
to. But
rarely curse on the podcast.
I know, but
in
every
real
time-
life, I will drop an F-bomb quite frequently.
I got an email one time from somebody who was listening to the podcast, and they were just they weren't appalled. There was nothing like that. They were actually amazed to see like the real Erin kind of like just materialize before their very ears, kind of thing. It was pretty funny that they were just like, "Oh my God, she's like the perfect woman ever," kind of thing. And I said, "Well, we'll find out yet." So
I just get a little riled up.
you do a little bit. We have a new podcast coming out on Friday, by the way, if you do listen to our podcast. And if you don't, I encourage you to check them out. At least listen to them for 3 or 4 minutes, see if you're into that type of thing. But this week or tomorrow, we have a new podcast coming out tomorrow morning. You can get it on Spotify, Apple, Google, all the places you can find the podcast. And tomorrow's podcast is actually going to be about Erin's nonprofit, which our last podcast, we talked a little bit about how you were having trouble with the IRS. That has all been fixed.
It's about like 95% of the way fixed. I just wanted to say Cody Creelman Calvet is here. So hi,
Hey, Cody.
Yeah, it's about 95% fixed. We're waiting on some paperwork. We have to change a few things. We changed a lot of things. But the heart of our mission is still the same. We just had to rework some stuff.
So if you want to hear Erin cuss some more, when she's telling you about the problems they had, I'm sure that we'll hear some fly. And then when we get to the end, when everything works out, then it'll be curses of...
Yeah, I mean...
Good curse? I don't know.
Yeah, essentially, we're still in the correspondence phase of we submitted our application on April 15th.
You're going to give away the whole podcast here.
We mailed it on April 15th. They received it May 1st. Essentially, we don't have our official determination letter yet, which grants us 501c3 status, nonprofit status. But our person that we've been working with has said, yes, if you change this, this, and this, I'm sending you this paperwork. If you do this and you confirm this, then yes, I'll grant your status. So we're close, like really close.
So nobody say anything bad about that lady who holds your whole life.
Yeah, we don't have status yet.
You can't say the IRS are terrible people. She might be watching now. Nature's Network, you might have screwed up the whole thing.
I mean, I don't agree with some of the stuff that we had to do, and we'll talk about that in more detail and stuff. Like, it's a broken system, but they're working within their system, and so I have to work within that system. And that's just if I want to have a 501c3. The other option was to have a 501c6, which is different. So...
I always have to put my phone down because one of the moderators will text me if anything bad is happening, so I have to put my phone down here where I can feel the vibration. Speaking of things working within the parameters that they're supposed to work, our website is now back up and working. We went in and revamped a few things. And
did you get the new theme working, or is it still the old thing?
No, it's still the old thing. But it is back up and working. I went in and changed a few things and then put it up and then crashed the whole thing. And you know what pissed me off?
Like a week.
Is I dealt with GoDaddy like every single. I'm going to bash on GoDaddy here for a second, but I dealt with GoDaddy like every.
That's different. Like
I dealt with them every day for about a week over the chat deal, right? Because I don't like to talk to real people if I don't have to, and nothing could get fixed. Hey, we got it. It'll be fixed 24, 48 hours. Blah 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 blah. Finally broke down and called the 1-900 number or whatever it is. It's not. I don't think it's a 1-900. If it shows up as a 1-900 number on the bill, that was GoDaddy. But they took them like a minute to figure out what was wrong with it. Boom, we're back up. We're running. I'm wearing one of the old school T-shirts. This is Gunther's T-shirt that we had.
That's on Amazon.
This one is on Amazon. But we do have some new T-shirts up on the website, and beef jerky is coming soon. So thankfully, the website is back up and running.
Like the website's still like getting a revamp. Like
it is still getting a
whole new
revamp.
layout and a new theme, and like that's not working yet though.
Right. It's going to work. Trust me. It's just, actually, it takes time. That's the biggest thing, is I have to be able to sit down and do it. So a couple super chats there I want to talk about. $9.99 from Our Flying Adventures, Ocean City, Maryland. Cool.
Thank you.
I would love to go to Maryland someday. Also, SLC Farms, I'm guessing Salt Lake City Farms, but it may not be. Could be initials. Enjoying you from the TV tonight with a $5 super chat.
Thank you.
And JB Weld with the income removal system. Yeah, no kidding. That seems to be how it works. The other thing that we got the chance to do today, and I've been kind of playing around with for the last week or so, that I wanted to share with you guys, was a new feature with Patreon. If you support us on Patreon, which you can do for as little as $1 a month, and all that money actually goes into keeping the webcam up and growing, keeping the website up and going, being able to do some different things around the ranch. We are aiming towards getting another webcam to put up, and that's all funded by Patreon. But Patreon has a new deal that Erin calls it the Snapchat for Patreon. But
stories.
They call it Lens. And it's basically, I can send videos, behind the scene videos, whatever I'm doing, kind of directly to your phone. I think I did one last week when we were filming for moving the AeroQuip around. I just did one probably a half an hour ago with setting stuff up here. I did a couple of them. They're short. They're like 30-second deals, so I kind of have to chain them together. But
it's
a lot of fun.
It's like Instagram stories,
right?
Facebook stories. YouTube has stories.
They only stay for 5 hours, though.
Oh, really?
After 5 hours, they go away. So the trick to this, if you support us on Patreon and you're not seeing them, download the Patreon app. Make sure you're logged into the app, and then it pops up as an alert on there that you can go and watch it. So it's kind of a cool little feature. What's over there?
Oh, it's the wind. The window's open. Forgot that the window was open.
Little breeze coming in
I
here.
was like, where's the cat?
Well, we do have a Snapchat channel, but I honestly, we have a ton of people that follow us on Snapchat. I have never posted a thing, but apparently if people follow you and then they post things, you get their stuff. So occasionally I'll have nothing to do and I'm like, Snapchat, and I'll look through, see what everybody else is up to. So if you follow us on Snapchat, apparently we can see what you're doing. I don't really post a whole lot on there. So
I'm trying to do more Instagram stories.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still not like good at it, but we've been trying.
No, and we talked about that. We didn't have a Tuesday video because, and we'll get into this, the happenings of the week, hospitals and kids and all kinds of ridiculous stuff. But on Tuesday I didn't have a video, and the reason that I didn't have a video on Tuesday is because I don't go and bank videos. I don't.
You should bank one.
I probably should just at least put one.
Just one.
We don't.
Someone told me that rich and famous people are on MySpace.
Are they really? I always thought it was music people on MySpace now.
I don't know. Somebody told me that.
JB Weld, you wasted $5 to ask us a silly question. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. What was I talking about? Tuesday. I don't have videos banked ahead of time. So
just make one. Just one.
But then that one would be gone because I'd be like, hey, I have one banked. I'm going to take a nap. So I wasn't able to put out a video because of everything that was going on. But that's kind of how that's how we roll, man. Because we
even if you just filmed on Monday, that would be cool.
Sometimes I do. But obviously when we have real life happening, we do get behind, and that's where Instagram and Facebook and even the Patreon Lens keeps us in the kind of keeps you guys in the loop, and obviously all that good stuff. So there are people that I know that do a bunch of videos in one day, and
that'd be so nice.
It would be nice.
I mean, the only thing we could do cooking videos that way, but it would require cleaning the kitchen. In between.
It's such a downer, man.
In between.
You're having a nice time, and then you go talking about cleaning kitchens. My gosh, just like a kick. All right.
It would be, and with the kids. We always have kids, so it would just be.
Yeah, that's another thing. Kids,
difficult.
Kids.
And kids are part of the chaos on Tuesday.
They always are. They always are. So yeah, that's kind of how we do try to keep you guys in the loop as much as possible. You guys know this. I'm not telling you anything new. So usually what you're seeing on YouTube happened to us either that day, sometimes,
or the day before,
or the day before, if we're lucky. And I like doing it that way because I do feel like people are really right there with us. When I'm, out there moving that AeroQuip around, which was a little bit bigger pain than what it looked like. I hate editing.
You were that morning, Saturday morning, I'm just going to go throw this in real quick. I'm like, 8 hours later. Are you going to get this done, Mike?
I did get it done. So
Mackenzie got her ears pierced that night too. Mackenzie wants
Mackenzie
to go
got
get her ears pierced.
Yeah, then we had to. Well, I was supposed to be. I told her. So I was filmed. That was Saturday,
Yeah.
right? So the video came out. The film came out Sunday morning. But I told her I'd be done by like 3, and I was done at 3:30. But then you were like, I want to mow the lawn and paint the shutters or something. And
3:30 to Mackenzie means 12:01.
she did. I told her we'll do it in the afternoon. We'll go get your ears pierced in the afternoon. Yeah. She called me. She has one of these little gizmo phones so we can track her like a wounded gazelle in the Serengeti. And she called me on this little phone thing, and she can only call like 3 numbers, and only 3 numbers can call her. But she called me at like 12:20 something. And she's like, Dad, it's afternoon. I'm just calling to let you know that it's afternoon. And I was like, you're slowing me down, kind of thing. But it worked out. So
RW Poe for the
$2.50. Yes, thank you very much. So yeah, we managed to get ears pierced that night. Mm-hmm. So that was Saturday. Mm-hmm. Sunday we put out a video. Mm-hmm. Monday morning, everything went to hell.
Yeah, and this is all between like I would feel good like part of the day and like. I missed Thursday's live stream.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because we had the Mackenzie show, which, by the way, I'm just not going to make any friends today. I'm going to piss off GoDaddy, and I'm going to make YouTube mad. But the last Thursday's live stream with Mackenzie, YouTube deemed was inappropriate for some weird reason. I'm disputing it at this time.
It's because of their new policies with children.
You think that's what it is? I don't know if it was because Mackenzie was in it or because we were talking about 9/11. It could have been a number of different things.
I'm going to hope it's because Mackenzie was in it, not because you talked about 9/11.
Maybe it was because Mackenzie was talking about 9/11. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they have a whole new policy with kids and monetization and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, they deemed that video inappropriate, which just made me mad.
It's just been monetized for not suitable.
It's not suitable for all advertisers, is what it says. Yeah.
So they did get fined.
They did. YouTube got in trouble.
Yeah. You can Google it. But yeah, so obviously it was sick Thursday, Friday, still pretty sick. By Saturday, I caught a cold, went from the stomach bug to a cold immediately. But still managed to like do some stuff on the weekends. Yeah, I mowed the yards. We got Kenzie's ears pierced. Felt pretty good Saturday night. Sunday, I think I took 2 naps. Winning at life.
Honestly, there's people that if you take 2 naps, they're like, you are winning. That is awesome.
Yeah, it was like, this house is a disaster. I did do a grocery order, so you picked up groceries on Friday. I didn't go to the grocery store,
order.
but I did an order. Yeah, I mean, it was just, I had a rough time from Thursday through Sunday, just a rough time.
And then Monday, okay, so Monday morning, if you get the herd report, you've got some of this information, so I'm going to tell you stuff you already know. But Monday morning, your mom went in for surgery.
Lincoln had preschool.
Kenzie
had a dentist appointment at 9. Mm-hmm. Lincoln had preschool at 8. I take Lincoln to school. I take Grace to school. I don't even get Grace to school, and I get a call from the preschool. We think he has pink eye. Can you come back? I need 20 minutes. I got to get this one kid that I have with me situated. I'll be back. And they're across town from each other, which Gillette's not huge, but we do have some morning traffic. And I was out of gas. Also out of gas.
You weren't out of gas. You didn't run out of gas.
No. But I was like, I needed to put gas in. Okay. And then I went and got Lincoln. Called public health, and they're like, well, we can't prescribe anything. We can look at it if it's pink eye. And I just called the pediatrician.
Because they won't let them come back into school until you can prove that they don't have pink eye. Yeah.
So, and then but I also have to have my mom to the hospital by 10. Mm-hmm. She's at the ranch. I had to hurry up, get Lincoln, go back home, get my mom, took her to the hospital. Lincoln and I hung out for a little bit with his slightly red eye.
I think somebody poked him in the eye. That's all I think it is.
Yeah, hung out with her at the hospital while she got admitted and kind of prepped for surgery. I mean, like, I had to leave before she even had an IV. Mm-hmm. Took Lincoln to pink eye appointment.
Pink eye school.
Pink eye appointment. Got a prescription in case it turned into pink eye. It was red, but not gunky. He had said that he was itching his eye because he lies. And then Yeah. Got him some McDonald's because he was scared of the doctor. You had Kenzie.
Well, I was going to say, while all this was going on,
You had Kenzie.
I was taking a nap.
No.
I had Mackenzie, who is like, she spends like half of her life at the dentist, and she had her two, what are those teeth?
Eye teeth.
Were stuck in her face, and they weren't going to come out. So
Her eye teeth were keeping other permanent teeth from coming down, and we'd spent all last winter widening her top jaw. We need more teeth in to hold her mouth where we put it.
Right. I had to laugh when we went into the dentist office. The gal sitting there at the counter says to Mackenzie, she says, "Oh, we're going to wiggle these two teeth." And Mackenzie said, "You're not going to wiggle them. You're going to pull them out. You can't fool that kid. And don't try to. We're just going to wiggle these." I was like, "Lady, don't even try." And yeah, you're going to pull these. So they ended up pulling these two teeth out, and she was bleeding quite a bit.
Yeah.
In fact, if you saw the herd report, there was a picture of her, and I didn't pull it up on the computer for today, but she actually has blood on her mouth. I probably should have wiped it off before I took the picture. But we had a before and an after picture with missing teeth, and she ended up staying home from school that day.
The whole day.
And during that day, of course, then you were worried about your mom and Lincoln
And I had my weekly produce baskets for the nonprofit for Edible Prairie Project. Went up to the hospital after we were done. Oh, finally had to call the hospital too at like 4 o'clock. Like,
how's she doing?
Is my mom alive? Yeah. Like, how's it going? They were still in surgery. She had a knee a knee replacement replaced. 11 years ago, she had that knee redone.
Is that how long it was? I thought it was 10.
Yeah, she had it was actually, turned out it was the wrong size, so it had wiggled loose, so it was detached on the bottom, and it was giving her a lot of pain for the last couple months. So, yeah, she did good. Surgery's good. She came home on Tuesday. Also a very busy day trying to get her home. Grace then had the stomach flu on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, she was homesick that day, too.
What else happened Tuesday? I had to get my mom home from the hospital. That took hours.
I don't know. I know I didn't do a video because I had Grace home. She was homesick.
Yeah.
She was very...
And I was gone most of the day.
Very pukey and everything else. So...
Yeah, it was just a...
But your mom's home now. She's good.
Yeah.
She actually had her first round of physical therapy
yesterday.
On Wednesday.
Yeah.
So everything seems to be...
She's doing good.
Going fine. We went through this with her 11 years ago,
yeah.
And that's what actually brought us to the ranch. Was your mom was having surgery. Gilbert had lost his ranch hand at that time. Everything for them was going to heck.
Yeah.
And that's when we came back.
Yeah.
And you were taking care of your mom most of the time while I was out here trying to learn what a cow was. And that was a whole different experience, though, with the medications and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's doing much better. And like the technology has changed in 11 years. Like it's a completely different type of surgery. And I mean, it's still the same thing. It's still, getting a new fake knee. Oh, it's windy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's doing good. It's, yeah. She did better with anesthesia. She gets sick a lot. She did better.
Yeah. Very good. So.
Glad we're doing, like Monday and Tuesday, well, Thursday through Tuesday were rough.
We're coming back out of it. I actually, I felt like I've slept better in the last couple days than I have recently. And yesterday I was, I'm just ready to go and went to work and got a lot done yesterday. Didn't get so much done today because we went to Spearfish and picked vegetables half the day for, who's calling you?
Someone from Cokeville, Wyoming.
Who the heck is Cokeville?
Telemarketer.
So anyway, we went there. We picked up a whole bunch of produce. Should I close that window before it blows us in?
Yeah, go close the window.
Hold the conversation.
Yeah, so today we went to Spearfish and picked a bunch of produce from a friend of mine who farms over in Spearfish, South Dakota. Got some winter squash for Edible Prairie Project. We have our last weekly produce basket on Monday, so we got some winter squash. I got some winter squash for the farm store because my winter squash did not germinate, didn't do anything. So, and a few other things we picked up too, some other produce. So that's what we did today.
Awesome.
Thank you, JB Weld. When my mom's done with the narcotics, she can have a bottle of wine.
or
just
for funsies.
No, she's we'll have to wait. But thank you very much. I'll tell her.
And from Susan, thank you very much for the $25 super chat there. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
So we have a new feature. we're still, obviously we want to do something different during our live streams. It's more of the our Wyoming Life variety hour. Erin's going to sing and dance here before too long. But I figured it was Mom. Thank you, Susan. But we have, obviously we have the Armchair Rancher that pops in. We have Tiny Hands that pop in. We have the Kids Corner. Mackenzie came up with a great new idea today for a new segment that she calls Mackenzie's...
Is this going to get us demonetized?
Probably. Mackenzie's Moment. Check it out.
Hi, this is Mackenzie, and this is Mackenzie's Moment. I thought sweet tooth were just made up, but I figured out that I have a sweet tooth right here. But like I call it buzz whenever I eat something sweet, like strawberry watermelon, really cold milk, or like ice cream and popsicles if I take a bite out of a popsicle. And the worst one is the really cold milk. It really makes my tooth sweet. Even though it's not sweet, it just makes a buzz. I'm Mackenzie, and that's Mackenzie's Moment.
I was actually driving home with Mackenzie from school, and she had to start telling me about her sweet tooth. And I said, Mackenzie, what are you talking about? She said, I have a sweet tooth. And I said, I know you have a sweet tooth because you want candy anytime you can get it. And she said, no, this one right here, this is my sweet tooth. And so that's where that whole thing grew out of. So
I heard about the sweet tooth this summer. She told me it zings.
It zings. She told me it buzzes. So
not
yeah.
The wordage that she used. I think I heard the story the first time via Grammy, and then Mackenzie. I was like, Mackenzie, tell me about your sweet tooth and stuff. But first, that as a parent, I was like, oh my God, there's the cavity.
Yeah. There
Don't worry,
right
the
there.
kids get regular dental checkups.
The dentist loves us. When they can't fix them, they just pull them out. So
that's not why she had her teeth
I
pulled.
know. She had her teeth pulled so that she could have more room, so her big teeth can come down. Get rid of those baby teeth, which were big baby teeth, by the way.
Yeah,
They were
but
big
our
teeth.
kids have, all three of our kids have tiny, tiny mouths and massive permanent teeth. Like,
It's big teeth.
Like,
big teeth, little
our
head.
dentist jokes, I was going to retire, but then I saw your kids, and I'm going to stick around.
You know what's funny though? I made the same joke. So Dr. Polson is the kid's dentist,
Yeah.
and he jokes about stuff like that. So
he's good.
I made the same joke to my dentist. I think he got offended. And I think I said something along the lines of, hey, maybe I'll buy you a boat someday, kind of thing. And boy, he got kind of mad at me about that. So he then had to inform me how billing works and how much money he actually makes from each cavity and blah, 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 blah. So it's kind of a joke. So yeah, but yeah, we're the cash cow for the family dentist. Ain't that the truth?
Kenzie's going to be embarrassed by that video in about 2 years.
2? She was kind of embarrassed when we did it. And I said, well, do you want to do this? And she said, well, yeah, I want to do it. And I said, okay, well, then let's just have fun with it. And you can tell me about your tooth. And yeah, I mean, the things that I think we forget how simple life is to an 8-year-old.
We have to tell her that sweet tooth are not really real.
She'll figure it out, we were talking about 9/11 last week, and if you were here for that live stream, and she's learning about 9/11 and stuff. We're gonna get demonetized again probably, but they can't demonetize us twice. We'll just do it again. So we're talking about that, and she said that her and Lincoln and Grace were playing 9/11. And I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. Like somebody's gonna get hate mail over this one. And it's how kids see the world and how they interpret things. And I have a sweet tooth, so that sweet tooth is that a baby tooth or is that a big kid tooth?
That's a baby tooth.
That's it. So that sweet tooth is gonna come out. So yeah, thank you, Susan, for the $10 for Mackenzie's sweet tooth. Keep her away from as much as possible. So yeah, it's been an interesting week around here. I'll tell you that. Erin, are you drinking beer tonight?
No.
Are you drinking beer? No, you're not drinking a beer. You're drinking a Malibu and Diet Coca-Cola.
Diet Coke left over from Ranch Roundup.
Is it really?
Yeah, when do I buy 2-liter bottles of Diet Coke?
True. This 7-Up might be from Ranch Roundup
I
too.
think
Who
it's
knows?
from the Hunters. Thank you, Hunters.
So let's talk about let's keep an eye on comments and questions here. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them up. And
Candy is cheaper, but liquor is quicker.
ain't that the truth? Patricia, I'm gonna read this one out loud because this is just great because it makes me feel better as a parent. My youngest son had like horse teeth. His dentist even said, "Wow, what big teeth!" Told us that he would grow into his teeth. Yeah, eventually. Yeah. Steve asked if I have any Dr. Pepper left. I think I do somewhere.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. So, we do have some pretty cool stuff coming up on the
That's
ranch.
really funny. I said the same thing, I think, when I saw Mackenzie's teeth. I was like, oh.
She does have some big front teeth.
They all do. Yeah.
We have some pretty cool stuff coming up. If you've been paying attention, obviously the hunters are due back here in
Next week.
Next week, they're going to be back on the 20. What day are they going to be here? I think they're going to be here a couple days before the end of the month. So
They usually are. Well, maybe not next
I think
week.
they're going to be here like the 28th or something like that.
That's next
Or
Saturday.
29th.
Next Sunday.
Somewhere in there. Hunters will be back.
days.
That'll be the kickoff of hunting season.
Opening day is the 1st.
Yeah, but for us, I mean, it starts when they get here. We have one of the hunters, his name is Jeff. He might actually be here. I don't know if he is. Jeff, if you're here, say hi. Jeff is a small engine mechanic, so I'm going to take advantage of Jeff being here. Yesterday, or day before, I ordered a brand new engine for the Gator. While Jeff was here during Ranch Roundup, he brought some of his equipment,
That's so funny.
hooked it up to the Gator, and said, "Yep, that engine shot." So
He said, yep, it's got no compression. You're like, yep, I told you.
that's what I told you 6 months ago. Yeah, but now he knows. And so we did order a new engine. That engine is actually in. I'm going and picking up tomorrow. If you follow us on Patreon or Instagram or one of those magical devices, I'll probably post something about it, or Erin will. And going to go pick up that engine tomorrow. So the process begins of ripping out the old engine. Luckily, there's no core charge, so I can just rip that whole thing out.
What do you do with it?
I don't know. Maybe we'll blow it up. Let's blow things up. I don't know. I guess you can't really blow up an
So
engine.
messy.
It would be messy. So we are going to start the process getting that engine tore out, and then while Jeff is here, what our hope
you're going
is,
to take it out?
I can take it out. I could probably put it in too, but I got to give Jeff something to do while he's here, and he's going to be here to help. So I mean, and he knows what he's doing, so he'll be like,
just let him.
I'm not going to let him do it. I want to learn how to do it. So while Jeff's here, we're going to put that new engine in. So we are going to, hopefully get him tagged out and then be able to put him to work.
Tagged out as he's going to get his antelope
Yeah,
first.
get his 2 antelope or whatever he do a giveaway with the old engine. Yeah, here, have a piece of crap engine. I was kind of
If you
surprised.
haul it, it's yours.
And I can ship it to you for however much it costs to ship that thing. I was kind of surprised John Deere doesn't have a core charge for the old engine. Some places will, where you have to send the block back in or something like that. So they don't. So we can do whatever we want to with the old engine. So we'll see if
What do you do with it?
I don't
It's a
know.
literal piece of shit.
See, there we go. There goes our G
I was
rating.
out chasing deer around.
You were
not supposed to
You
do
were
that.
out. You were
The
out chasing
deer were
deer.
in my garden. Do they have any deer tags?
Maybe.
Gator dies on me while I'm chasing him out. And it's dark. That's a fuel pump issue, though.
All right, we're going to replace the fuel pump too. So
Unplug the fuel pump,
that's coming up.
plug it back in.
The hunters,
Good thing I know how to do that.
new engine in the Gator.
Yeah.
You know how to fix the Gator when it doesn't want to run. We also have the bull roundup, which is just around the corner here. We're going to start moving the bulls back, getting them sorted off the
You've
cows.
never called it the bull roundup.
I don't know. I just saw cow roundup, and Weber said cow roundup, so I was like, "Hey, the bull roundup." No, we just call it going and getting the bulls.
When are you going to pull the bulls off? That's what we call it.
Yeah, Tuesday.
I don't know, why do we call them pull them off? You push them.
We push them off. Yeah. Canadian welder farmer said it would have been cheaper to rebuild. Probably not, actually. The engine's not that expensive. We could have bought a new head for it for $2,000. Had that head machined, put it on. Got all the gaskets and everything, and then hope that things work out. We could have done that, or we could have spent an extra $1,000 for $3,000 and got a new engine and just dropped the new engine in. So
We're going the new engine route.
we're going the new engine route just because something else will break eventually. Then something else will happen.
Yeah.
So we're going to hope that works out well. Justin Wheeler asked, are we still flying the Phantom DJI or moved to the Mavic Pro 2? I am still flying the Phantom DJI, whatever it is.
3. 2?
I don't know what it is, Phantom 2 or Phantom, I think it's Phantom 3. So after its hail experience and everything else, it is like hammered into the ground. The range of the radio is probably 100 yards, something like that. So you're not seeing any long range shots with the thing just because of it's not really working that well. So I'm in the process of looking for a new drone, but they're expensive and it may have to wait a while.
We need a new gator engine.
Yeah, we need a new gator engine. So we had to decide what we do. So.
Andrew, we take our bulls off so we can control the breeding window. Also, it's somewhat dangerous. Bulls can be unpredictable.
Yeah. Our first year here, Gilbert left the bulls in until like March or something like that.
Yeah, we pulled them out before calving. We were like, Gilbert, we got to get them out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's better to have them gone. You never know. 9 times out of 10, they're fine. But just like any cow, any bull, anything like that, you can have any type of issue. So you do have to keep an eye out. And I'd rather keep an eye on a 1,500-pound cow than a 2,000-pound bull. At 500 pounds makes a big difference. So.
And they're full of testosterone.
They can be. So yeah, so we're gonna be sorting the bulls off here before too long, getting them moved all the way back. I do have, I hate to say this, but I think I have another limpy bull.
Not that bad though, right?
It doesn't seem that bad. We'll see how he is. One of my thoughts is if I can get him back here, we might actually put him through the new chute.
Oh, he ain't gonna fit.
Oh, he might. I don't know. I talked to the folks at AeroEquip. They said a bull. They sent me a video. And I got to show you this video. I don't know if I can show you guys yet. I got to talk to the folks at AeroEquip. But they put a buffalo through the exact same chute that we have.
No way.
I'll show you the video, and then I'll find out if I can show you guys, because I do want to show you guys. But this buffalo went through the exact same chute that we have. I'm not kidding. I'll show it to you.
What are you going to do when you get him in there? Well, his foot
I'm going to look at his leg and be like, what do we do now?
Cody, what do we do?
Yeah, chop it off. Ryan, thank you for the $20 super chat. Appreciate it very much. Dan said we only leave bulls in for 40 days after AI on first cycle. Yeah, 45 days is about what we leave ours in too. So, well, no, we're longer than that. 60. Yeah, we're a lot longer than that.
Like 90.
Almost 90 days. Yeah, and we're not AI-ing, so it gets them around.
Situation. So. Yeah, it's not like he can walk, right?
Yeah, he can walk. He's just being really tender with it. So who knows? We'll have to really keep an eye on it and try to figure out what's going on.
Get him home, and sometimes the best thing is get him home. And
sometimes you get them home, you get them away from the cows. There's not that fighting going on.
And even if he's not able to breed again, like get him where he can walk and
off he goes.
Yeah, off he goes. So.
Yeah, exactly. From Fly the Flag for Metal, I am interested in moving to Wyoming in the future. What's the best job market right now in Wyoming, which I imagine is energy? It always depends on where you're at in Wyoming. I think
J.B. Weld coal mines possibly got bought today.
Oh, did they really? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't see that.
Yep.
That could be good.
Good news for coal mines.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an ongoing thing. 2 of our coal mines shut down. Potential reopening happening, but government still has to approve it. So it was just announced today that there was potentially a buyer found.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Weber, it's his front left leg, I think, that he's lame on. So
yeah, energies though are probably ag and energies are big.
Yeah, it depends where you go.
Yeah,
you go down by Casper right now, and energy is huge again. Oil and gas is huge down there. So yeah, it could be anywhere. So. Justin asked if we AI for pregnancy as opposed to the bull for primary. We've never AI'd here. We've never really had the facilities to AI. We've never had a vet that we've had do it. It could be something
you don't know how to do it.
Right. We'd have to have a vet come in and do it. But
we haven't had a chute system that we could run cows through efficiently.
Mm-hmm. So it could be something that could happen here. We don't know. Just something that we do new things. We try new things all the time, and that could be something that's new somewhere down the line. From Houston Firefighters, good evening. Still here, haven't floated away yet. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, good. Be safe. Houston's flooding.
Yeah, I saw that.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Buy a boat. In doubt, buy a boat.
Thank you for the super chat, though.
I do have, if anybody's interested in seeing it, you guys are going to have to let me know. Last week, we had all kinds of internet issues. We had basically upload, which is what we need to be able to send you guys this video, went to crap. So we were only able to do our live stream with Mackenzie. You weren't here, so you missed this whole thing.
No, I gave you my phone.
Well, you
I
were
was trying
here,
to
but you
help.
weren't like here.
No.
You were off trying
I
not to
crawled
puke.
myself upstairs.
So we ended up doing it off of our phones. And we did have a video. We talked about it quite a bit. Mackenzie's new patch board. And I promised you guys that we made a video of her putting together that board. So if anybody's interested in seeing it, you're more than likely, we can always show it. Do you think we should show it? I don't know if anybody'd be interested in seeing it at all. We already had one Mackenzie video tonight. I hate to overload anybody with like too much
two
Mackenzie.
other children.
I know, right? But the other ones don't want to be. They don't. Mackenzie's like, "Where's the camera?" And I'm like, Grace is she just sneaks away and leaves. But here we go. Mackenzie, come on in here. I got a project for you.
Well, this is a big board.
So yeah, you just put your patches wherever you want.
That one is one of my like first patches I ever got. I have all these patches because people send them to me, and I also got some at Ranch Roundup. And I got a couple of these when Matt was visiting, like the donut cup. This is a United States Secret Service.
Very cool.
That's one of my favorites. Here's my last blue. Thank you everybody who sent me patches. Please keep sending them. Now we're gonna go put this in my bedroom. This is the perfect spot.
So there we go. That's what happened last week that we didn't get a chance to show you guys. Was the patch board.
Did you forget to push the button? I feel like we got stuck there for a while.
Got stuck where?
I don't know. It just took a long time for the video to end and us to transition.
Sometimes it does that. So if you happen to work in law enforcement, if you're a firefighter, if you're a paramedic, if you're military, former military, feel free to send Mackenzie your patches. She looks forward to every time she gets a package that has patches in it. It's like Christmas around here. It's insane. And she's just like, and now she has someplace to put them. So she's got that board in her room, and she's just loving it.
Yeah.
And it's very, I think it's cool for her to have something like that, that she can take a look at and know what she wants to do. So,
yeah,
which is really weird for me. Because I never would have ever,
8.
Who knows what's going to happen. But yeah.
I love her drive, and she's been very determined that she's going to be a police officer. She's 8. She's very, very tender-hearted, and time will tell. But we encourage her to pursue her dreams, no matter what.
Exactly. There's lots of people that go that direction and find out they can't do it just because of. It does take a different type of person. From Justin, a $99 super chat. Thank you very much. What you two. See, sometimes I hate reading these because it's almost like. I'll pat you on the back. What Erin does is awesome. Great content, and congratulations on Pink and a Ranch work.
I thought you were going to say it's like in first grade when you had to read in front of the class and you're nervous.
No, that's not me. But learning a lot from your videos about ranching and farming, and to put that use in my own place in Utah. Yeah, I think that's, I always say that I'm not like a how-to guy. Like I don't take step by step and, take this bolt out and then do this and then turn this upside down and then do 3 somersaults and, a Hail Mary and you're good to go. I'm not that type of person, but like being able to take what we do and incorporate it in your own life is something that, so here's why I figured this out the other day, why I don't do like how-to videos, because I was never shown how to do a damn thing. So why should I do that when
You just figure it out on your own.
you figure it out for yourself? I mean, how many times was I told, figure it out? Like, Gilbert would just figure it out.
I know
You'll
what Gilbert
figure it
would
out.
say, I don't know.
Oh yeah, exactly. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Drive away on the gator. I don't know, somewhere over there. I remember trying to figure out water lines. I don't know, it's over there.
Oh gosh, it's still horrible. I'm still trying to figure out water lines sometimes. It's like,
how do you not know, Gilbert? I don't know, over there.
there's a water line. You just start digging and you follow it, and I mean, it's just how it works. So I mean, like when I'm not really like a how-to guy. I'm not a teacher guy.
JB, well, don't read this. Thanks.
I wasn't gonna read that. I was following instructions. You rebel, you. So. Like it was just kind of like, even in the videos, like if you want to take something that I'm doing, you're going to have to figure it out and you're going to have to modify it so it works for you.
You get mad when I don't do cooking videos. They're literally how-tos.
Cooking is a different thing. If you can't go just make cookies and be like, you know what, hell with it. I'm just going to put some of this in there and see if it works.
Okay, but yeah, baking's different. Okay, you have to follow the recipe, but cooking, like that's why I struggle so hard with it. I don't follow the recipe.
You don't.
It's hard.
But yeah, I mean, you have to modify things. You have to. Every situation is different. My biggest pet peeve is like when people well, it works for us in Missouri. Well, yeah, of course it works for you in Missouri because you have a completely different climate. You have different soil structure. You might have different breeds of cows. You might have everything else.
Can you guys kick Chase, please? That's unnecessary.
Yeah, we don't have to mess with that. I mean, everything's different. So if you have a different climate, different soil structure, whatever, I mean, you're going to have to modify what we do to make that work for you. The big one that made me learn the whole thing was when we were doing the frozen water episodes. And people were like, well, that works for me. And it's like, well, I'm glad I'm sure it does. It may work for you. That's awesome. It don't work here. And when you make your video, great. You can show how it works for you in Florida. I had somebody, I'm just picking on people tonight.
Yeah, you are.
There was a comment, somebody should go back and find it, because I didn't answer it. But somebody said that Florida was the biggest cattle producing state in the United States. And I was just like, no, they're not.
There's cows in Florida.
There are cows in Florida, but Florida's like 17th. I actually looked it up. So I was like, there's no way that Florida has the most cows. Texas has 13 bazillion cows in it. Texas is number 1. Wyoming's like number 20 something. So Florida was ahead of Wyoming, which kind of surprised me. But it was like Texas is not Florida's not number 1.
It's also, I mean, like, you got to look at our grass situation.
Yeah.
Like, it takes 30 acres. There's some parts of the state it takes more than 30 acres to raise a cow.
Yeah, so you don't have cows packed here. I mean,
it's not Florida where
there's still more antelope than there is anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of states that, produce cows, but we're on the list.
We're on the list. We're on the list of the top 50 states that make cows. We're on that list. Made the top 50. All right. Yeah, Hawaii pumps out cows. I mean, Hawaiian cattle taste like pineapple. Are they? Yeah, maybe. Canadian. What is it? Canadian bacon and pineapple.
Mario, we don't trim beef cattle hooves very often. It's rare.
Not if we don't have to.
We've trimmed cow hooves half a dozen times on the ranch.
Yeah.
I mean, like
usually doesn't turn out too well either.
No.
It's kind of a bad thing to have to do. So.
Beef cattle don't need it done like dairy cattle need hooves trimmed a lot. Different. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Hawaii has more cows than Wyoming.
Let's take a few questions as we get ready to wrap things up here. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else?
What time is it? No.
I do want to talk really quick about Patreon once again. Next week, we are doing our monthly Patreon giveaway. All you have to do is be a supporter on Patreon to get entered into that giveaway. I don't know what we're giving away. Last time we gave away 2 whiskey glasses.
We ain't got no whiskey glasses.
We're out of whiskey glasses. We got hats.
Honey.
We got stickers. We got honey. We got
jerky's coming back.
Jerky's coming. So I mean, all this stuff could be.
You don't know what you're going to win, but if you support us on Patreon, you might win something.
Yeah, and you can do it for as little as $1 per month. You can do it for $1 and see if you win. And if you don't win, then just pull your.
Don't tell them to leave. Stay.
Well.
Watch the lens thing.
The lens thing is cool. I do like the lens thing. So.
Why don't you like Instagram stories?
Because you see, so you run Instagram, right?
Instagram.
So Erin takes care of all that. So if I'm out in the field doing something and I have to take a video, then I have to text it to Erin for her to post on Instagram, right?
First word.
And then I always do it backwards because I always, what is it? You have to be like, which way is your
vertical.
where's my phone? Yeah, so you have to be vertical for Instagram.
Yeah.
YouTube, you're like this. Facebook, you have to be upside down. Unless you're watching in Australia, then you have to be right side up. I can't remember all this. I've got stuff to do.
Whatever.
The other thing, Halloween special. I do have, so and this is a total sneak peek for all you guys, but there is a story on the ranch about a man who died on the ranch.
Have you called the paranormal people?
The paranormal people will be back.
Have you talked to him since last paranormal season?
Yes. And they will be back, and they will be doing their ghost busting on the ranch, and that should be a lot of fun. So hopefully they can make it here.
What if there is a ghost here? Like, I'm not cool with that. We need to have an exorcism.
That'll be part 2, I guess. I don't know. It should be a lot of fun, though. I mean, they're coming up out of Casper. I do need to get a hold of them again and make sure that they're going to be here.
Yeah, see,
but,
you shouldn't make promises that your mouth can't cash.
That was your ass can't cash.
Let's be nice.
You're being nice? Really? Oh, my gosh.
What if there really is a ghost here?
What if there is?
I'm not cool with that.
The story is that we had a hunter that died in the barn, or somewhere near the barn. Don't know, depending who you talk to. Either died in the barn or out back of the barn. We're not really sure. It was before our time. So we are going to have a little paranormal investigation.
Or we get out the Ouija board.
Yep, ghost catchers from Casper, that's right. So hopefully
I
they
don't
will
want
be
to,
up.
like, make fun of them, but, like...
You can't. Because they're going to come up and do this for us. So just shut up. Shush, shushy, shushy, shush. One of them could be watching.
Who believes in ghosts? Not me.
Really? Because if they come back and... You were the one that just said it. They said there's a ghost in the barn.
I mean, I don't think they're going to find a
Okay,
ghost.
Erin, in the middle of the night, we have a calf in the barn. Will you go out and check that calf in the middle of the night in the barn?
No, I don't love to do that. First of all, we have calves in April, and if there's a calf in the barn, it means there's a blizzard. Just bring the thing inside.
Bring it in the house? Put it in our bathroom? There's no ghosts in our bathroom. So...
It's ironic that ghost hunters live in Casper. I didn't even think of that because
They need to use that as part of their marketing. That should be like a marketing thing for them. Casper the Friendly Ghost Hunters or something. Got to be something you can tie into that. I want to know if they're going to show up in like the Ghostbusters mobile. That's what I want to see. I'm gonna be like, if they show up in like a minivan or something, I'm gonna be like, hey guys, this ain't, you got where's the old hearse? You know, you got to have that thing. So
does the ghost say boo or moo?
Depends on who's in there with it. Kind of weird.
No,
thing.
I don't like the barn. It is creepy, but not that I feel like there's a ghost in it. Also, the dang cats scare me all the time in the barn because they're little creepers in the barn, and you'll be in there feeding a calf, just minding your own business, paying attention, and then you look behind you. I don't know. They sneak up on you. And
they're cats.
Like, what's up?
Cats don't announce where they're going, unless they're one of our cats, because they just meow at you constantly now because they think they need to be fed constantly.
I don't know. The barn cats are creepy though. I mean, they're just sneaky, and they stare. I don't know.
Remind me to email my ghost hunters. We'll see if we can get them out here, at least before Halloween. We can have some fun.
Okay. Black cats are bad luck. We have I thought there was
cats.
2 black cats. No, there's 3.
In your defense, it's hard to keep track of black cats.
They look exactly the same.
You shoot one with
I told you.
with a
I had
paintball
called
gun.
you because I was like, there's 3 of them. And you're like, there's only 2. No, there was 3. I saw them all together. There's a glitch in the Matrix.
Glitch in the Matrix. All right, guys, we're going to wrap things up for tonight. Thank you for coming along with us. I am serious. Go check out Patreon. Either just $1 a month, you can get yourself entered in for a really cool prize. The reason we're doing it on Patreon is because it's easier for us to get your address. We've done multiple giveaways and stuff on live streams and stuff like that. I feel bad because half the time people that win don't ever get a hold of us. We have no way to get a hold of them. It's always kind of a shot in the dark kind of thing.
On Patreon, we have your email address.
Yeah, we know how to get a hold of you. So if you support us on Patreon, you'll be automatically entered in to win next week's prize pack, whatever that may be. And also next week, we told you a story a couple weeks ago about our friend Gary, our neighbor Gary, who had a heart attack right after the ranch roundup, actually. And hashtag everybody needs a Gary. If you have been, if you had a chance to send him a card, a quick letter, whatever you can send those to us courtesy of our Wyoming Life, P.O. Box 667, Gillette, Wyoming 82717. You can send that to us, but next week on Thursday, Gary himself will be joining us for the podcast.
Not the podcast.
Or not the podcast, the live stream. I just saw the word podcast. Alex, I saw the word podcast. I'll get to that in a second. So Gary's going to be here for the live stream. We're going to tell some stories about how we met. I couldn't believe that
How we met.
Yeah, well, we lived here. We were here at the ranch for a while before we realized we had neighbors.
Go down there and see if we can use his backhoe.
That's pretty much what it was. That guy down the road has a backhoe.
He's got a backhoe.
He's lived down there for 20 years. I've never went and talked to him. You go down and see if he uses a backhoe.
That's how we met.
Yeah, so we're going to have Gary in here for the live stream next week. We were trying to have him today, but that didn't work out scheduling-wise. But so next week, you still have some time to send him a card. We are going to give him all of his cards, all of his letters during the live stream, and hopefully he'll be able to read a couple of them without crying like a little baby. And yeah, we're going to have some fun with Gary. Also, the podcast, yes, podcast is due tomorrow morning. We'll be hitting there tomorrow mid-afternoon somewhere. We'll be hitting the podcast distribution network, and that will happen.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about the nonprofit. So lots of cool stuff going on. I did tell Gary that we do drink during the live stream, so he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be there then." And he'll bring good stuff too. He doesn't drink this crap that we drink. We have to buy him the good stuff. Whenever he does us a favor, we buy him a bottle of scotch that costs like $75.
No, we contributed.
And that's how you don't get a bill from the Gary. So yes, hashtag everybody needs a Gary, and everybody needs to send him a bottle of scotch. I don't know. No, don't do that. I'm just kidding. But if you would like to still send him any cards or anything like that, I think I told him we had 20-some cards waiting for him, and he was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, there's a pile here sitting for you, man." And it's funny because he's very in and out of the channel. We're gonna have to put together a Gary highlight reel to play for next week. But you know, he's very in and out of the channel. We don't announce when he comes in, but the fact that there's been people that have been sending cards and letters, thanking him for helping us.
You guys are great.
That does mean a lot to us, and that's why we share Gary with you. So it's the hashtag Gary Rules. Everybody needs a Gary. All kinds of cool stuff. So we will have him here next week. And what else? I think that's it. Anything you want to add?
Nope.
No?
I'm gonna go check on my mom.
Yeah, let's go check on Rita and grab the kids and make sure all is well on our Wyoming Life. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Once again, we'll be back on Sunday with a brand new video. Don't ask me what it's going to be about because I really don't have a clue. But until then, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life.